Howdy, 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 and welcome back to my Halloween playlist videos that I'm doing as my Halloween special for this year, I guess you could call it. And so far we've covered some rock and blues songs, a top 10 pick on dance tracks, and we're actually going to be doing top 14 for this one. I forgot to change that right there. I just got it in there. This is going to be miscellaneous stuff, miscellaneous and novelty tracks. So this is going to be songs that are kind of silly or kind of funny, or they don't really fit underneath any other particular genre that I'm doing a top picks for, or they're just more of a miscellaneous thing. So we're going to start with a definite novelty song called "I Want My Baby Back." Very silly song, but creepily silly. About a guy who is on his way home with his baby, his girlfriend, after a concert, and has a run-in with the leader of the pack, and unfortunately his baby, he got killed. Because over there was his baby, and then over there was his baby, and then way over there was his baby. It's one of those novelty songs that's perfect for Halloween, and you have to hear it. It's hilarious, but also creepy as hell if you really think about it, especially the ending. Okay, and I don't know the name of the artist, but you can find it on YouTube easily. Just do a search, which is how these videos are going to work. I'm just going to tell you what the songs are, talk about them a little bit, and then move on. You can find them easily with a search on YouTube. That's what it's there for. So up next we have "I Hold Your Hand in Mine" by Tom Lehrer. Tom Lehrer, kind of the original parody artist. Probably not the first one to ever do song parodies, because I mean, even in classical music, there were people who would basically riff and parody other people's music. But he's the first one that kind of did it for a living. He was Weird Al before Weird Al was Weird Al, if you will. And he mostly did genre parodies more than parodies of specific songs like Weird Al does. Although sometimes Weird Al actually does genre parodies as well, or style parodies of different artists. Like Germs is a style parody of Nine Inch Nails. So "I Hold Your Hand in Mine" is a parody of romantic piano pieces. And I'm not going to tell you anything else. It's just one of those ones you kind of need to listen to it, and then you'll get the effect for yourself. Okay, up next we've got "When You're Evil." This is a fun... I believe the guy who does this is kind of a cabaret act sort of guy. And it's an entire song about somebody singing about how the horrible things they do and how easy it is when you're evil. And kind of the chorus line that's really fun is, "Your tears are all the pay I'll need." Something to that effect. It's a really good song, really fun song. Really good for a Halloween playlist, and it's got a nice kind of beat to it, a dancey almost kind of beat. It's a bit of what's the genre, with the rose in the mouth and like castanets, kind of that sort of vibe to it. Tango, that sort of a song. Then we've got "Grinning Ghosts." And there's several different versions of this. I believe the one that I've got is the Bare Naked Ladies, I think, did it. I'm not sure if my tags are correct, but I think they were the ones that did it. And "Grinning Ghosts" is the song that plays at the Haunted Mansion in Disney World, Disneyland, whichever it is. So it's a really fun song. Whatever version you can find, it's a good one to add to your Halloween playlist. It's about ghosts. How can you go wrong there? So then now, up next we've got "Next Week Sometime," Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, new wave swing group. They've got a lot of really good songs. Most of them won't work at all for Halloween. This one does work. The first verse and chorus doesn't really fit in, but then the second verse and chorus is all about going to a graveyard to dig up some treasure and being greeted by a ghost there. So once you get to the second verse and chorus, you'll understand why I've got it on the playlist. It's a fun song, fits in really well on a Halloween playlist once you get to the second part of it. Really good pick for miscellaneous and novelty tracks for your playlist. Up next, we've got a Weird Al track with Nature Trail to Hell. Weird Al has actually done quite a few songs. I've got quite a few in my own personal playlist, because I wanted to just kind of pick out my top picks and only maybe do one or two per artist depending on the topic here. So for Weird Al, I've got Do I Creep You Out, Cavity Search, Trigger Happy, Germs, Virus Alert, Mr. Frump and the Iron Lung, Nature Trail to Hell, Slime Creatures from Outer Space, Jurassic Park, Living in the Fridge. I got quite a few Weird Al tracks in my personal Halloween playlist here. But if I wanted to pick out one that is perfect for anybody's Halloween playlist, if you're just trying to get a good idea of maybe 30 or 40 songs for a party playlist, and Nature Trail to Hell is a perfect one. It's a bit of a longer song at almost 6 minutes, so it lasts a little while, and you want at least a few songs that can ride out for a while in a playlist. And this is a good one. It's fun, it's funny, it's also kind of creepy at times. And overall, it's just a perfect little song for your Halloween playlist in your miscellaneous and novelty category, if you're going to have some. Okay, up next we've got With Her Head Tucked Underneath Her Arm, which I believe is by the Kingsmen or something to that effect. I forget the name of the artist. And it's about Anne Boleyn, the Queen of England, who had her head chopped off and now is supposed to haunt the Tower of London with her head tucked underneath her arm. It's a fun song. It's catchy. Something that people very potentially will start singing along with, because it's a very simple song, the chorus especially, and people can sing along to it. It's really fun. Very good pick for your miscellaneous and novelty tracks. The Halloween Dance, Reverend Horton Heat, is our next pick. Reverend Horton Heat, Rockabilly, which is kind of a combination of swing, country, and punk music. So, it's got really good energy. It's a fun song. It's called the Halloween Dance, so topical, come on. Really good pick for your miscellaneous tracks. Okay, Every Day is Halloween Ministry. If you're not familiar with Ministry, in the early 80s, they were kind of new wave electronica type of group in the vein of, the ones who did I Ran So Far and, that sort of music, new wave. But then in the mid 80s, they started bringing in more heavy metal and transitioned into more of an industrial group. This one is from their earlier period. Every Day is Halloween, so it's kind of a dancey sort of track, but it's called Every Day is Halloween, so again, very on topic. Very good pick, especially if you don't want to delve into their harder stuff from later. This is just a good one. Alright, next we have another, definitely a novelty song called The Little Blue Man. It's a weird little song about a woman who is getting stalked by some mysterious little blue man who has mystic powers, apparently. It's a weird little song, and if you're looking for some weird little songs for your Halloween playlist, this is a perfect one. So, The Little Blue Man. Swamp Witch by Jim Stafford. Again, if you want a little bit of country music in there, you're not going to find a whole lot. But this one is one that kind of is definitely in the genre of country and western. And it's about a swamp witch. Not an evil witch, as you'll find out during the song. But again, if you'd like a little bit of variety in there, it's definitely a good one. Get a little bit of rap in there with Boogie Woogie Woo by the Insane Clown Posse. Insane Clown Posse has tons and tons and tons and tons of songs that you could use for Halloween. If you're looking for something that doesn't have a million and one fucks in it, you know, because they tend to cuss a lot. I mean, this one has a few F-bombs in there. You want to have some rap in there. You're looking for something that's fun, that people are probably going to recognize. This is probably your best bet. Because most of the ICP's catalog, unless you're a bunch of juggalos, in which case that's what you're going to be playing anyway, so you don't need me to tell you that. Most people aren't going to know most of their songs. So Boogie Woogie Woo was their biggest hit, to the best of my knowledge. It's going to be the one that people are going to recognize. Okay, then we got a little bit of classical music. Again, tons of classical pieces that could work. Specifically, you know, you've got Ride of the Valkyries, the Toccata and Fugue in D minor, the Moonlight Sonata I've always found to be creepy enough. But if I've wanted to pick one specific piece of classical music, A Dance Macabre by St. Saëns is absolutely perfect for Halloween, because it's even got a bit of a danciness to it, because it's got this really great swaying sweep to the melody, because it's not quite a waltz, but it's similar enough that you can kind of get that swaying sweep feel from it. And it's just an excellent piece of music to be anyway, but it's perfect for a Halloween playlist if you're looking for just a little bit of classical in there. And again, if you want some other classical pieces, Ride of the Valkyries, Toccata and Fugue in D minor, Night on a Bald Mountain, Night on a Bare Mountain, actually. And the Moonlight Sonata is a very good one. Other than that, you know, you could go with like the first movement of the Beethoven's Fifth, you know, dun 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 dun. It's got enough of a harshness and a creepiness to it that it could work as well. So those are some other recommendations for classical pieces. And I'm going to wrap this top 14 picks for miscellaneous tracks with Zombie Jamboree by Rockapella. This is really the track that propelled Rockapella to fame back in the day. You may know them best as from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. You may have heard that one. And that actually could work as a Halloween piece, or a Halloween track. You know, because, I mean, it's about Carmen Sandiego going around the world stealing national treasures and artifacts and stuff. But Zombie Jamboree is about zombies having a party in New York, so you can't really go wrong with that, and it is a great song. It is very dancey, it's very catchy, something that people will start dancing to and even singing along with as it's playing. Very good song, great pick for your Halloween playlist. And that wraps up this top 14 plus picks, because I threw some recommendations in there for you. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.